Hey, what up YouTube? So Dan from Career Dad here, and I just did a live on TikTok and LinkedIn at the same time, which is pretty cool. And I was talking about the new Gary Vee K-Swiss 005 sneakers, as well as personal brand. And I did a live unboxing of the sneakers. You can probably see them here. I actually think they're pretty nice. So as you can see, they've got the Gary Vee SIG 005s on there. I think 5 is woven into every single part of the shoe. Obviously 5 being Gary Vee's favorite number. A little sneaky SIG down there in the blue, which is quite nice. What I really like as well, it's gonna be really hard to show, and it'll probably show it backwards. Where's the camera? Yeah, that is showing backwards, but that's just stitched on the inside saying that you're gonna die, and not from like a morbidity point of view, but just as a reminder that just do what you enjoy, do what you like doing, because one day you're not gonna be able to do anything, so why waste time doing something that you don't enjoy? Follow your passions. I also wanted to talk about personal branding because I think it's so important, and it's actually intrinsically linked to that shoe, because I don't really care about K-Swiss. I've never owned a pair of K-Swiss shoes. I'm very aware of them as a brand, but they've never resonated with me growing up. You know, I was, probably tell with the tattoos and stuff, a bit of a skater, emo rock kid, so I was into my Vans and my Etnies and my Converse and those big skater shoes. Trying to remember, Airwalks, yeah, big Airwalks. But yeah, just, you know, nothing really popped out from K-Swiss. And, you know, Gary Vee, huge fan, huge fan, super excited that I've got a diamond ticket to see him speak in London the 5th of May. So get to see him speak. Also a meet and greet, so get to meet the guy in the flesh, which is going to be really interesting. So huge Gary Vee fan, not really a big K-Swiss fan, or I guess indifferent to K-Swiss. So why have I just spent £80 on a pair of shoes? And I've been thinking about this, and it comes down to personal brand, that the personal brand of Gary Vee is stronger to me than the actual brand of K-Swiss. And that's a bit nuts, really. And I've just been trying to think who the business model of this, and it's genius. Because I have now purchased a shoe that I would not have purchased. I assume, based on reading other people's feedback, that I'm going to love it, that it's going to be super comfy, and I'm then going to be brought into the comfort factor of K-Swiss, and then probably going to be more open to their shoes going forward. So it's almost like a gateway drug. It's like introducing me to the family of K-Swiss. So I really like that. But just got me thinking around personal brand and the power and importance of personal brand. And if personal brand is something that you probably hear a lot, or you might have never heard of it, but hopefully if you haven't heard of it, or you heard of it and aren't doing anything about it, then just start now. Just start, just Google it. I mean, in a nutshell, everyone has a personal brand, and it's actually quite dangerous if you're not aware of it, because your personal brand is you know, ground down to its core is how people perceive you. What do people think of when they think of you? In the same way that when I think about K-Swiss, which is a pretty poor example because I just generally think nothing, but you know, Apple, huge Apple fan, and that's brand, right? So if I think Apple, I think beautiful design, I think intuitive, I think early adopter. I don't actually think cost. That's kind of irrelevant to me, and that's where brands have power, right? So everyone's quite familiar with brands. Personal brand is how people perceive you and how you guys perceive me, but not on an individual micro level, on a macro level, and macro being just many on the bigger scale, right? So personal brand is super important because you're giving it off with every interaction that you have. And this is why social media is so important, because there's a huge opportunity to maximize your personal brand. There's also a huge negative in the fact that if you aren't managing it, if you're not aware of it, then what are you saying about yourself without even realizing it? And I think this is one of the reasons why I'm so big on creating content, not from a quantity point of view, but from a consistent and hopefully quality point of view across a range of platforms. So there's obviously the website that I run, so careerdad.co.uk. There's the podcast that I host weekly. There's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's obviously YouTube, there's TikTok, there's LinkedIn, and it's just being across everywhere, which you don't have to do. I'm not saying that is personal brand, but for me, it's showing what you will read about that I talk about on LinkedIn, you will see me talking about on YouTube right now. You will see me talking about in TikTok, just in a different way. That I will create nice little quotes for Instagram and things, and it just builds up a perception of you. And why that's important is because that is how you are going to get work and how you are going to promote yourself even before you get into the work arena. So the anecdote that I was giving on the LinkedIn Live earlier today was this week I've put out, let's say, 30 pieces of content across a range of different platforms. The most interaction has probably been on LinkedIn, where 2 posts in particular, between them, I think I got about 80,000 views, about 1,000 likes and a couple of hundred comments. But off the back of that, I've had companies message me to say, to inquire about working with me from introducing flexible working and talking about the kind of dad career thing with them. I've had websites get in touch to do guest blogs. I've had individuals get in touch around potential mentoring opportunities. And I'm not going out, this isn't me going out there saying this is what I do. This is me just going out there and talking about what I talk about. And, linking it back to personal brand. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. So, this was just kind of a quick full circle, really, that love the shoes. I even when I ordered them, I wasn't sure if I was going to like them. I liked the colours, but I thought, in all honesty, they looked a bit tacky. And then they've arrived, and they are lush. So going to see what they're like with, the jeans and stuff. But don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit hard. Don't know. Anyway. So yeah, personal brand. If anyone wants to talk more about personal brand, I'm happy. As I say, do some one-on-one stuff. So just drop me a line. So dan@careerdad.co.uk. I'll put something in the bio. Just look it up, because it's happening, and you can either be part of it or not. Anyway, have a good evening, guys.